In photography, there are days you feel like everything's going your way. You stumble upon a great location, you get to your spot on time, you find a great composition worth shooting, and the light looks like it's gonna hit. Some days, it all comes together and you come away with a photo worthy of hanging on your wall. Today felt like it was gonna be one of those days. And then, the squad is assembled. They're in front of me because I'm always slow. We are heading off on an excursion here in Georgia. We're heading north, basically towards the Russian border, if I make it there without falling on my face. And yeah, it should be fun. We're on the road and we're heading towards Santorini is our first stop today. Eventually we're heading to Kazbegi, I think it's called. And so far Georgian traffic it's interesting. Nobody's really following rules or signaling, and yeah, it's been an adventure, but we're almost out of the city now as somebody cuts me off. And yeah, we're cruising. We made it to our first stop of the day. It's windy here. We're kind of location scouting, trying to find photo spots, and this looks like a brilliant photo spot for some time later in the trip. This is Santorini Fortress Complex, and it is absolutely unreal. I think we're gonna go inside. So this is actually really, really cool. We're in like the tower, the Santorini Fortress Complex, which Greg, who has just gone on Wikipedia, has found out has been around since the 13th century. And it is a bit of a steep climb, but I think the views are totally gonna be worth it up here. Oh, watch your step in here, dude. So I'd seen a couple photos of this place, and every single time I saw them I was like, man, it's a little bit off angle. I don't know why people aren't shooting it straight down, and now we see why. There's no window here. There's no window. There's a tiny little crack that you can get a camera through, and the light looks beautiful even midday, but you can't get the shot directly spot on. So Nellie's gone a little bit crazy, and she's climbed like a monkey up to the top to get the perfect shot. And I think I probably have to do the same, don't I?
Yeah, you do.
A little tiny bit unnerving up there, just because it's really high. This side isn't so bad. The other direction is really, really high, and I don't even know if I got a shot because it was, yeah, it was high and a little bit scary. The one thing that I tried to do on one of the shots was to get a little bit of foreground blur, and it didn't work because the angle was wrong. But if you guys are ever like shooting midday and you're struggling to get photos because it's midday, try to find things to blur out in the foreground of your photo, and it just adds a creative element to the shot and makes it look like not so much a snapshot. We've been driving like about an hour since Santorini, where we stopped at the monastery, and the drive has been twisting and turning up the valley. The drive has been, it's been fun because of the twists and turns. But you get some crazy drivers definitely in Georgia. And then we came into this viewpoint that is now just right over this valley, and you can actually see the twisting turning road down that way. It's just absolutely incredible at this viewpoint. And I think that Greg's gonna get the drone up in the air to give you a better perspective of it. First of all, I think this might be the most random hotel I've ever booked in my life. Hotel Snow, and yeah, I just booked it on booking.com, and it's just so random. There's no other word other than random, but the drive to get here might have been one of the top 5 most beautiful drives I've ever done. The mountains are incredible, there's lots of beautiful clouds, and I'm not thinking we're gonna get a sunset just because of the way the clouds are, but I think at the very least, after we check in here, we're gonna go location scout up the valley a little bit to see what's up there. We're going on a bit of a mission. It might be a bit of a futile mission for 2 reasons. One, I don't think we're gonna get light because there's a ton of cloud in the direction that the sun's setting. And 2, because we're a little bit late. Where I wanna drive to is the end of the road at the end of this valley. It literally goes to nowhere. I mean, it goes to somewhere, but the road ends. And it's about a 30-minute drive. We're gonna cruise and see what happens, but there is some big peaks that way. So if the light's gonna hit anything, it'll probably be those peaks. This is the adventure I was hoping for when coming to Georgia. We're totally uncharted. We don't know where we're going. We're on this tiny road that's full of bumps and like going through rural villages, and it's awesome. But we're kind of having trouble scouting out a spot to shoot because there's this massive power line kind of ruining the shot. The valley, as Greg will turn around and show you, is insane here. We just need to find a composition without these power lines, and this is gonna be epic. That drive was incredible. Little bit sketchy, but incredible. And we made it to the end of the road, which is called Juta, I think. And just before we got to town, we saw this view way back of this mountain that just looks insane. And to be honest, I was a little bit demoralized right before we got here because I thought we drove all this way for nothing. And now we're about to find out if we can get that view from this walk that leads towards what we think might be a hotel up there. So this is an adventure, an epic scouting trip, and hopefully it materializes. I'm sweating and breathing heavy because of the altitude and the heat and that I'm out of shape. And then I gave all my last energy to give a bit of a shout because we're seeing the peak now, and oh, I can't wait to show you guys. It's shrouding clouds. Hopefully the clouds back off enough and this could be incredible.
It started as a race against time because of sunset. Now it looks like it's a race against time because the clouds are covering up the peaks. And to be honest, I think there's zero chance we get there in time. Frustrating, but fingers crossed we still get some luck. We're almost there. I'm all sorts of annoyed right now. We made the climb. The whole way there was this lingering cloud at the bottom with the peaks above it. And as we got close to the peak, it just disappeared behind a massive cloud that I don't think is gonna disappear. In that valley, there's one of the most beautiful peaks I've ever seen. And we're not gonna be able to photograph it, I don't think. Heartbreaking. God, it's trying so hard to come out. There's now a little bit showing. There's light hitting it. This could happen. This could move out of the way. And now that I've said it, I've jinxed it. But as you can tell, I'm excited. I've got one shot lined up on the 24 to 70 millimeter at about 28 millimeters. 6-stop ND because I want movement in the clouds. 3-stop soft grad ND to make sure I keep the clouds exposed properly. And just fingers crossed, I'm gonna knock out one image wide with a valley zigzagging towards it, and then after that's done, I'm gonna bust out the 100 to 400 and try to get some telephoto stuff. I think this could happen. And of course I jinxed it. This was like extremely heartbreaking for me. I think I'm spoiled. No, I know I'm spoiled with good light. I've gotten good light for so long. I've been on so many rolls of good light that I almost expect it. And it was just such a tease to see the epic peaks back there and think of the shot, and I had the shot perfectly lined up. This day just went perfectly. We got the river leading towards it. The light is amazing in every direction, and it just took it away. Heartbreaking. Greg's got the drone up, and let me just show you. Look at that. That actually makes me legit mad. I should be happy because I get to show you guys this, but I could have had photos of that. And there's alpenglow on it right now too, isn't there?
A little bit, right on the peaks.
Oh my God. But yeah, I know I'm spoiled, and feel free to heckle me in the comment section about being spoiled. There's some incredible peaks around here in this part of Georgia. It's just boggling my mind, and I'm hoping that the vlog shows how incredible it is. There's a really famous, amongst Georgians anyway, monastery fairly close to where we're staying, and I think tomorrow at sunrise and potentially again at sunset, we're gonna go shoot that tomorrow. If we get really good light at sunrise, we might come back and try this again tomorrow, just because it was so incredible. And if the timing would have worked out better, if the clouds would have held off 20 minutes longer, we would have got maybe some of my favorite photos in the past while. So I think I'm gonna sign off for now, because you can see now the clouds have really socked in back that way. And it's a shame, but that happens sometimes. You take your licks as travel photographers, and sometimes you win, sometimes you strike out. But yeah, a little bit of a strikeout, and hopefully one of those shots I took earlier shows a sliver of the mountains. And that's it for us today. Big thanks again to Greg Snell, who's back there flying a drone, for shooting some cool B-roll. And big thanks to Jody, who's back there as well, taking some pictures. Be sure to subscribe to both their channels. Greg and Jody, I'll put their link in the top comment of the video. And I'm gonna sign off. That's it for me. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.